also shaped at its margins. Two international systems of corporate production constitute this Coca-Cola system. The first is the material production of soft drinks by the company and its bottlers. The Coca-Cola Company sells drink concentrates to bottlers around the world who manufacture and distribute the final product. Second, as these bottled drinks are produced as much by ideas, associations, and business plans, their secret formulas, brands, and business and financial strategies, as by sugar and water and fizz, the Coca-Cola world system is constructed through the production and managed dissemination of immaterial products. As Peter Drucker, the father of modern management theory, noted, the Coca-Cola Company is fundamentally an advertiser with tremendous access to a distribution system. Addressing a group of bottlers, a Coca-Cola executive reportedly explained the success of this immaterial production of the brand through advertising, and their almost secondary status relative to it, with this hypothetical. If the company were to lose all its bottling plants, equipment, staff, and inventory in a fire or a cataclysmic disaster overnight, the next morning, an executive could walk into a major bank anywhere in the world and get a loan to rebuild it all, based solely on the security of the value of the brand, the goodwill accrued to its trademark. The true business of Coca-Cola is the symbolic system of production, the construction of brands through texts that represent and distinguish its material products, and everything else about its business could be rebuilt on that immaterial foundation. But this is not just about advertising and marketing. The Coca-Cola Company's creation, management, and investment in the system of bottling production is central to its immaterial production. In fact, the Coca-Cola Company is not in the business of selling soft drinks, but in the business of selling the selling of soft drinks, the franchising of bottling production. The company sells bottlers the business model of Coca-Cola production itself, and the company and its stockholders make money through transactional and financial relationships between the underlying corporation and these franchise bottlers. The Coca-Cola Company charges them, not only for soft drink concentrates, but for the right to use trademarks, business strategies, technical services, and marketing materials. Additional profits are derived from financial machinations, such as the setting of prices for these materials and services, hedging against changes in foreign exchange and interest rates, and investing in franchise bottlers. The company thus displays elements of the immaterial turn in global capitalism that characterized the final decades of the 20th century, as the commodification of culture, the commercialization of knowledge and information as intellectual property, and financialization emerged as defining features of the world economy. The Coca-Cola Company has employed two very different business strategies to develop these two systems of production, material and immaterial. Coca-Cola globalized by externalizing material production, franchising soft drink manufacturing to independently owned bottlers. Through this franchise model, the company grew quickly, while minimizing the risks and responsibilities of direct investment and employment in overseas markets. Over the course of the 20th century, bottling companies extended this externalizing logic even further, increasingly hiring subcontracted and temporary workers, for example, and externalizing the social, environmental, and health costs of its business model. Outsourcing material production through franchising also required managing the potential loss of control over production and representation of its commodities. While decentralizing material production, the company centralized its immaterial production, since it was both the driver of its revenue and the means of asserting power in the Coca-Cola system. It produced intellectual property, such as formulas, trademarks, marketing, and business plans, over which it had monopoly control and upon which bottlers relied. It developed legal and economic strategies to manage bottlers, including restrictive bottling contracts, interlocking boards, and